they're both on form, then they're just absolutely going to like just spank you, right? They're such good players, and they can take over games. That's the style of player they are. When you look at it from a tactic perspective, Hellraisers should have that covered themselves.
I mean, I'd just jump up and argue with you by saying they've got Flusher and Keo, and you could say the same thing.
I agree with Chad, but Chad, what if I told you that they're giving them the CT side and then Cash? They're going to start T side. Cash.
Hellraisers are throwing this one away in the veto, it feels like.
Yeah.
You guys just going to say leave it there?
That's it.
So yeah.
All right, they're leaving it there. We're going to jump in. It's time for Hellraisers Cloud9 with none other than Vince and Moses.
Yes, thank you, boys. They're going to leave it there, and we're going to pick it up there. Pistol round coming in, Cloud9 and Hellraisers. Angel, this could be his last opportunity to make his mark in Counter-Strike history. One series away from being eliminated here at IEM Katowice. Zelsis going to get the early contact, and he's forced back. Dead Fox finds a kill onto Rush. That's over towards A Halls on the other side of the map. And a good start for Hellraisers.
Yeah, excellent damage done to B, and also weakening the A side is always going to give Hellraisers that little edge, but 3-player stack on B here, Moses.
Yeah, exactly. And that partially might be because Zelsis is so damaged, and also just because they say, oh, you got to pick an A. You assume we're going to rotate someone over to strengthen the defense there, but it's not going to be the case. So Hellraisers walking right into a trap.
A trap with 3 USPs at medium range is going to be a potential bloodbath, but let's see if they can pull it off. They've got some utility, which they're going to be throwing in first. Smoke gets tossed over, going to lock off CT. This is maybe going to stop Flusher from having any kind of impact, but it's not going to stop the crossfire that's been established. Zelsis with his pistol doing so much damage, and out comes Dead Fox. He's the first to fall in this encounter, and it's all going the way of Cloud9. Voxic and Hobbit remain. They're both getting whittled down and tagged up, and making just Voxic, and he is the last to fall. Flusher picks up a double.
The real battle in that round for Cloud9 was holding your nerve and holding your courage to keep that stack the way it was, not rotating someone over towards the A-bomb site. That's where that round was won and lost, and Cloud9, they don't blink. That's a great start, despite the odds. Up 1-0. Hellraiser's going to invest, as we see so frequently in these second rounds. A couple Tech 9s are out. Angel and Issa trying to roll back the years with that weapon.
Yeah, kind of in an interesting spot with the Tech 9 as opposed to CZ. You can see that both Dead Fox and Hobbit have gone for it. P250 for Voxic, obviously he wants to hold fire and get an AWP as soon as he possibly can. He's at $1,100. Does still have some Kevlar behind him, but here we go. The push coming in. Automatic's going to get forced out of position. His nade doesn't do that much damage, but Molotov is going to do a whole lot more. A 1-for-1 trade actually going to be favoring Hellraisers now, although that grenade may claim the life on Hobbit. But still, they're starting to wrap around, and Flusher is the last line of defense. How long can he hold on for? The MP9's good for one, nearly a second, as Angel gets obliterated down to just 8 health. It's going to yield a bomb plant, but surely this is where Cloud9 shut the door. No, Zelsis! He whiffs the spray, and now puts so much more pressure on Kiyashima. He's behind the smoke, so he's going to have to wait for this to clear. That's allowed Angel to now prop himself up on the graveyard side. So 2 separate angles that Kiyashima has to contend with a lonely flashbang. That's going to go over. And now Kyo starts to make a move in, but he's made noise. He's being smacked up through the smoke, and he's going to go down. And you have to go back to that Zelsis play. That was the moment.
Yeah, it seemed like he just flinched right at the last second. It seemed like he had that fight dead to rights, like it was surely going to go in his favor. Flusher did everything he could, and that's the crucial one. A really tough round for Cloud9, but you can point to a couple different things. Automatic gets completely caught off guard by Hellraisers pushing through that mid-smoke. He's forced into an awkward situation. And because of all that, again, Rush is well picked off towards Pit. Cloud9 could never get in any kind of a decent crossfire or any kind of comfortable fight. It's a really, really tough turn of events, but they're going to rebuy into it. They don't want to give it up. A deep Molotov might make Hellraisers be afraid of some mid-pressure. There's Keo with the Deagle a chance. Flash over. Molotov's going to clear. This is where Keo would expect them to start pushing. He's fallen back deep into the B-bomb site. Waiting for that peek around the corner. Going for a blind shot. He doesn't have to push that smoke. 2 teammates inside of the site. Cloud9 again stacking B. This time Hellraisers are second guessing.
Some great news for C9 is that Flusher, currently 5-1. He's off to the races early on, even though they did concede. still putting down the kills. In the meanwhile, Kirishima and Zelsis, both with pistols. We've seen some madness with Desert Eagles from Frenchman and Kirishima's position in the past from Happy. Out gets Angel. He's been completely caught with his pants down. Somehow survives, though, on 21 health. I expected him to die.
Yeah, his teammate bailed him out. His teammate took a fight. It's just kind of weird to see Hellraisers putting pressure on two separate parts of the map when the bomb was trying to enter into B. Here we go. Crossfire set up in pit and the site. Dead Fox hasn't turned the corner just yet. Over the smoke. Rush is hiding. That's a first kill. Now Rush can be so deadly, but they clear him out. And automatic inside the site. Flush is blocked off by the smoke, and Hellraisers are going to sustain. They're going to build themselves up a second round win. And a little bit of money. They barely take any losses despite all the different danger we saw in that round.
Yeah, exactly. The flashbangs were absolutely spot on, allowing them to make inroads onto the site. And now, with no potential buy in the next round, Cloud9 want to hold on to these guns. CZ and Deagle. Zelsis needs to be careful, because even if no one comes, and obviously we can see Hobbit will, the bomb will get them anyway at this position. But Hobbit just looking the wrong side of the wall, gets plucked out. That's a UMP also trading hands.
Yeah, he got unintentionally baited. He obviously turns that corner and sees Kirishima first, and I think he was going to clear that corner until he saw Kyo through the door, and that just pulled his attention away for a half second. Still not a whole lot that Cloud9 gets out of that round. As you said, can't really invest. That's a great opening kill. Rush needed to get one, but as you said, flashbangs from Hellraisers completely negated his position.
However, with the kill at the end, it does get Zelsis onto UMP. They drop the CZ to automatic, and Kirishima still has his Desert Eagle and Kevlar. So, in terms of low investments, this isn't too shabby from the, I was going to say North American side, but you can't really call it that anymore, can you?
No, we've all fallen into that trap.
The international squad.
Yeah, exactly. The tough part for Cloud9 is you can't really buy up any, as we said, they can't invest anything. So they would have liked to have had some smokes, but I mean, that's everything. Those are smokes you wouldn't have in the next round, so they have to be careful. Gonna have to just go for the raw frags. Angel's brought low, automatic, not prepared for that peek. Zelsis does get a kill. His second of the game. Keo waiting with the Deagle, gonna be smoked off, but not giving away his position. I think there's actually a gap in that smoke, and there was a gap that the smoke that Hellraisers threw there earlier as well on the other side. So they have to be a little bit careful about that smoke towards that choke point in the future. That one should be good.
Yeah, that's dead on the money on the CT side. Forces Kirishima out. He is the only player on B for the time being, though. And is waiting for Flush and Rush to make a move in. Gonna get caught as soon as he tries to push the smoke. And the round is over. Hellraisers will have a 3-1 lead.
It's going to be interesting to see when the guns come out. Cloud9's been pretty resistant to rotating off these bomb sites. I mean, it's only been pistols and pretty much, save rounds and eco rounds and force buys. So, I mean, nothing too telling, but it'll be interesting to see if they continue that kind of trend where the guns come out. So 3-1, Hellraisers, as the desk mentioned right at the end there. Picking Inferno, Cloud9 getting the CT side. Can be tough to manage at times, starting on the more difficult half. But this is at least a pretty good start for them. And also, not taking losses. So they're going to be able to build up money.
Yeah, everything's looking pretty peachy for Hellraisers, and if you cast your mind back towards the early stages of the group stage itself, it was Cloud9 that slumped MIBR 16-3 on this very map. It was a poor MIBR, I think that has to be mentioned.
Yeah,
but still,
it wasn't the MIBR we saw yesterday, was it?
Certainly not. But we know these guys aren't exactly afraid of Inferno. This, of course, Hellraiser's choice of map. I feel like this is a must-win map for them, because going through onto Cash next, statistically, it's a shocker of a map for Hellraisers.
Which is surprising, because Cash can be a map where you can, I mean, obviously we just saw it played by Complexity with a masterful T-side. Great calling, great tactics and everything, but it is a map you can sometimes get away with just the pure skill, and when you look at this roster, it seems like there should be enough of it to at least bail you out in some capacity. But regardless, here and now, Hellraisers with a lead, with an advantage in terms of utility as well. A chance to go up 4-1 in this first buy round. 3 AUGs for Cloud9. Only 1 kid on Flusha, and he's had to drop down to a UMP. And he's taken out the chicken.
Meanwhile, though, Hellraiser is going to start to apply pressure a little bit quicker. Flash into peek on the balcony side of Apps. Not going to find anything, so just going to dip back. And it was Issa that we casted earlier, had a bit of a rough performance on overpass. Definitely expecting to see more from him today. Still plenty of grenades on the side of Hellraisers if they want to execute on B, and there's going to be such a healthy dosage.
Keo, this timing of his smoke is going to be important. Dead Fox is brought down pretty low, 20 HP as he gains bracket control, but that smoke is going to come out late. Keo, he has a decision to make. Does he want to run through? He's spamming through the smoke. It's not connecting. Zelsis knows there's one in the pit. Hobbit, he's dinked him. There's the finish. Zelsis is the only one who can fight, and Angel is going to start wrapping behind, and he's got to be nervous about that. Where does he adjust his aim? And it's just off a little bit. Automatic now the next up. There's so much cover of smokes, though. It's just disappearing. He's going to go in towards water, in towards the grill, but this smoke is clearing now as well, and there's the peek from Automatic. Completely blind. I think that was a team flash, and he's in a scary spot.
Yeah, with Dead Fox pretty low, this could get out of control for Hellraisers. Very important. They got the first kill onto Automatic. Now Rush and Flusher gonna try and turn the tides. Flusher is nowhere near his teammate, though. He's using the UMP, pardon me, towards the CT side. So it's almost like he's checked out of this round already. Now he's gonna move in. No cohesion between the last two remaining CTs. Flusher looking for exit frags, gonna get one, but could be taken down in return. And Hellraisers weather the first storm of that rifle round.
Yeah, you nailed it. I mean, this Cloud9 team, they haven't been able to really... The teamwork seems just a little bit off on timings. I think that was a flashbang that Flusher might have thrown from far back that blinded, I believe that was Woxic, who's guarding Coffin for Rush's push and is just able to duck under the bullets. Automatic made the round-winning play there. Unfortunately, just the timing of it was a bit awkward, and then he's stuck. And again, with the smoke and the choke point, no one else from Cloud9 could really help him out. 4-1 in the favor of Hellraisers. A fantastic start.
I couldn't really ask for too much more on the T-half. Keeping Cloud9's economy within arm's reach. The executions haven't really had any huge amount of flair to them, but they've just been rock solid.
Yeah, just been some pretty typical B hits, right? One player taking bracket control. Earlier on, we saw two taking bracket control, and then, yeah, smokes in the right places and trade the kills properly. Swapping out the AK-47 to the player who takes the nade damage.
Yeah, same kind of mentality when you see players do this with AWPs. Allows you to have more impact on less. Also, Angel now would like to get in first, but Kiyashima finds the headshot. That's going to stall them for a little bit here. They'd like to have got Angel out there as soon as possible.
Kia's been looking for that fight for a while now, and this time he's just like, you know what, screw it, I'm coming through the smoke, I want to get involved. He does eventually fall as Woxic picks him off, and this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. How long will Cloud9 hold on the rotations? At the moment, they're staying at the A bomb site. And it looks like Hellraisers just going to head in towards B and get a free plant, a free round, essentially. All four players here. Flush and Automatic rotating over in time, but not really the weaponry or the utility to get any kind of advantage in this fight.
Some damage is being done, though. Issa gets taken down. Hobbit, Dead Fox both within a pistol away from death. The bomb's been dropped out. 15 seconds left. What the hell went wrong for Hellraisers? It just all collapsed.
No one actually attacked the site. Some of them did get spammed through the smoke. Fair play, those pistols, I mean, that might just be blind luck for Cloud9, just clicking away as fast as humanly possible. That's pretty wild that Hellraisers dropped that. It's almost anticlimactic. I mean, great shot from Flusha on the cross. He's now at 8-4, having a solid game so far. Now, Cloud9 have their second round in a miraculous fashion. Now Automatic has the AWP. That's a bit of a turnaround. Hellraisers have to be bummed about that. A couple of their players dipping dangerously low into the wallets to make this buy work.
It's pretty nuts that Voxic has 7 kills and 4 assists. We're just in the 7th round. 174 ADR.
He's a big key to their success. And as we say his name, he just gets dropped here. So reasonable. But yeah, he's one of those players where you look at on this Hellraisers team and you say if they're going to win a series, any series, Woxic needs to be performing at a pretty solid level. At the moment, he started out that way.
Hasn't had an AWP to play with just yet in the T-half, and with the AK-47s may not end up yielding too much from this. Already going down a player. Solid positions assumed. Here comes a fourth. Cloud9's Elsis has joined the fray. Flusher finds Angel. It's starting to get a little bit sketchy now for Hellraisers. Issa does answer back with a Molotov kill, but the damage surely already done. Still 2 AKs and some nades. I mean, Hellraisers could make a round out of this, especially considering that Kiyoshima by himself on B.
He doesn't have any nades either. Normally if you see this kind of solo play, well, that smoke's going to help him out. Keo loves that. He's going to tell Zelsis to stay committed towards that A bomb site because he's more than comfortable to defend behind that smoke. So a bit of a mistake there from Hellraisers. They've given Keo an advantage. They've given Cloud9 an advantage. And a crossfire in the pit. They have nothing that can really flush this out. Another smoke towards the front of the bomb site might isolate Rush, but they have nothing that can really force him out of the position. They can be patient. There's automatic. Around the edge of the smoke, allows Rush to peek. And he gets that final frag. 4-3, still in the favor of Hellraisers, but Cloud9 is storming back. 2 in a row.
I'm trying to figure out what the purpose of that smoke even was. If they push B, it's a horrible smoke. If they go A, it's a horrible smoke. I just...
No, it wasn't great. That's why, yeah, it's definitely a mistake, because, I mean, that pretty much prevented, with 35 seconds on the clock, right? It prevented them from attacking the B bomb site. It gave Keo safety. I was about to say, Keo didn't have any nades at that point. Normally, when you see that solo B player, right, we always see him with a Molotov or a smoke, so that if he sees action, he can fall back and he can delay and allow his teammates to get there in time. That smoke, effectively, that's a smoke that he might have thrown himself.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly. Throw the smoke, pull back to B, you feel pretty good. Either way, Dead Fox, the rest of his team, going to be forcing up into this round. Couple of AK-47s. And the pistols alongside it. Does afford them some nades, and Dead Fox going to take the initiative, playing aggressively. Someone needs to pop flash him in, though, before he goes in. There's going to be a smoke there. Meanwhile, it's the CTs that actually strike first with a flashbang. There's also 3 players here.
You gotta be... Ooh, Zelsis. That's just poor timing. No fault of his own, just unlucky. Automatic gonna stand in the flames to throw a Molotov in. That might have... No, it's burning, so Dead Fox backs away. Thought it might have been extinguished. Yeah, Cloud9 have a good read on this situation. Hasn't spammed the wall, and for good reason. Holds the angle against Dead Fox, finds the opening kill. And Hellraisers, they've used a lot of time and utility and a life to get this position in Banana, but they seem like they're kind of second-guessing if they want to attack this.
Maybe waiting for a rotation to come in. They wait long enough, but Automatic was close enough now that the nades are coming in to just turn back around, join the rest of his brothers on B. Zelsis smoked out, but considering that Kiyoshima has eyes on the site and we'll be able to see them when they come around the corner, if they jump up, this should still be going the way of Cloud9. Now the smoke's beginning to clear. He doesn't give his position away, playing patiently. Will be rewarded with the frag onto Hobbit. And the round is going to fall apart again. Is just able to get one. But the bomb's behind him. He needs to get it right now. It's actually in the fountain, which is really messing with him. He's not able to retrieve it and plant it in time. So the round is going to go to Cloud9. Will he die after time, though? Now he's just going to try and stay alive.
Yeah, just hide. Don't peek whatsoever. Keo's not even going to go for it. He wants that AWP. That's the important part. So smart, conservative play from players on both sides. And I think that boost was never properly cleared because they heard the AWP and CT spawn. It was spamming. And they figured because he had gotten the kill earlier, that was the second defender. Was not the case. Strong defense mounted by Cloud9. A little bit telegraphed from Hellraisers, as we've seen a couple times with the way that Cloud9 has been able to stack that B bomb set at the proper moment. And as you said, it's nothing too fancy. And I think that's why it's being telegraphed. I mean, those hits there was 4 players from Hellraisers, 5 players in Banana that whole time, and Automatic's going to get another one peeking down towards mid, aiming over towards the ramp, and Issa just conveniently pops his head up.
Yep, the player that saved the AK in the round previously, just down to $650, is the first to fall. Bullet between the eyes. And it will be a bit of an issue as well, because as I'm speaking, some confrontation going down. Of course, it's looking like it's going to heavily favor Cloud9. Double flash and smoke put down there. Bomb still hasn't been retrieved. They take the initiative, push down themselves, find Dead Fox, claim the kill. The round will follow. But Hellraisers seem to be falling into the same trap that MIBR were to an extent. Being a bit indecisive, not necessarily forcing their way in, and eating a lot of grenades for their troubles. I mean, Cloud9, their utility was so good on their CT side.
Yeah, they have, I think everyone's utility ever since Astralis has become, you know, shown everyone how to use it. I think everyone's utility is just collectively raised across the scene. Seeing a lot more HE nades purchased and a lot more utility damage coming out across the board on Inferno, across the whole professional scene. Hellraiser's going to take a timeout as they have stalled. It's been 4 straight for Cloud9. None of those really even close. 3 players surviving, at least 3 players surviving in each of the 4 rounds that Cloud9 has won, so they're starting to feel a little bit more comfortable.
And precisely why the economy has completely shifted from Hellraiser's favour to Cloud9's. At 4-1, we were talking about how comfortable it was for the T's. Now it's very much the shoe on the other foot. Here's Flush's aggression down mid. And Hellraisers, after the timeout, will be trying to rummage together something special, I'm hoping. It's going to be 4 AKs in the Tech-9, instantly Molotov towards the T-steps. That's going to funnel them away for now, and also draw out a smoke from Hobbit just to keep himself alive. Very passive, though, for Hellraisers, not actually pushing anywhere aggressively. Some of that down to the Molotovs, of course, that Cloud9 tossed out.
I've seen a couple times they've actually like not committed to Banana, but they've still extinguished the Molotov at the base of Banana, so using a smoke, they're not really gaining anything from it. Now Hellraisers wants to readjust towards the A bomb site. 3 defenders here, including Automatic with that AWP, who's been great at finding some opening picks. Spots a leg, reveals the position of the AWP. And this time there's no one in Banana, although Zelsis and Keo are not playing aggressively, so the fact that there's no action going on, that's not really going to signify anything to those defenders. 50 seconds left in the round, and Hellraisers lining up for an attack out Halls. It'll be Rush as the primary defender. He's got a smoke as well, so if he can time this, if he sees the utility coming over and can get his smoke out, can make it a little bit more rough for them to get out of the balcony.
Yeah, perfect timing on the Molotov as well. It's really ate away this time, 33 seconds. Gonna be smoking into pit just to allow him to relocate. There's a flashbang into kill. Issa does counteract with one of his own though. But time is really going to become an enemy unless Hellraiser can get some entries right here, right now. They've got 2. Angel and Voxic bring it down to a 2-on-2, but now Zels is the last player alive. Has the AUG at range, but not in a position to stop the bomb from being planted on default. And with Voxic and Issa with plenty of grenades, this is not looking good. Flashbang in his eyes, there's the peak, and well played for Hellraisers. They do make the most of the timeout.
That's a great round from Issa, coming in, getting the trade kill on Rush and taking control of the pit, and then that follow-up. As Voxic spotted out, Zelsis rotating over. Issa's the one who throws that pop flash that blinds him to allow him to secure the round, because Zelsis has been great in clutches. That's actually, I mean, a stellar round that Hellraiser is able to trade that so well. No one from Cloud9 able to get a double kill, but they had players in all the right positions. That last player underneath Porch almost caught them entirely off guard. Just a solid trade out of Boiler. All tied up at 5.
Of course, this is the map that Hobbit was playing very well on when Gambit were able to get themselves their hands on the major title.
On the hardware trophy.
Indeed. We'll be hoping for more of the same, but they're going to have to weather quite a few matches. Hobbit, Man in Quest usually pushing it first. Spray finally does claim the life of Zelsis, but you can see the amount of damage that's been inflicted. So much from grenades. Hobbit on 16, his teammate of Angel down, and here comes the flank. But Flusher may become the flanked himself. There is a player in second mid, that's Issa. And with that second casualty, Hellraisers now have a firm opportunity to strike on A.
It's all Rush. He's got to do everything. In the bomb site, there's Kiyoshima going down. Rush still here, looking behind him. He has to get all these kills. His teammate, actually, excuse me, Hellraiser's slowly backing off, and this is allowing time for Automatic to get here. Their smoke in Small Pit is going to fade. Automatic has the AWP. If that smoke fades in time, he can have it. There's the shot. That might actually bait them in. It might make them forget to clear the bomb site. There's another kill. Rush just waiting patiently, has not given up anything. They check it. It doesn't matter. Hesitation has killed Hellraisers in this round, and Cloud9 are able to pull it out.
That is shocking for Hellraisers. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You said it, they were so slow. This is what we talked about before the timeout was placed into position. He said these guys are so indecisive, they're not making the most of their utility, they're not pushing out, they're not taking the trades.
Yeah, you see that round on a VOD if you're Hellraisers, and that is going to hurt. That one is going to be like, oh, geez, did we really let an easy one slip away? Automatic just gets there. I mean, by the way, the smoke hadn't faded yet. Automatic, part of that is a little bit of luck, because Automatic just takes a shot through the smoke and is able to light somebody. Here we go, push towards Banana. There's the Molotov, fighting in the flames. You'd think the Hellraisers would be good at it. And Hobbit's at 1 HP.
Ace.
Yep, all 5 kills for Kiyoshima.
an eco ace, but he won't care.
Not even a smile on his face, Vince.
So focused. Plus, he's probably like, yeah, it was kind of an eco when I just held down. Whatever. They all count, don't they? But yeah, when you even saw the bomb carrier start to pull back to mid while his two teammates were trying to go A, and it was just so strange to watch.
I'm not sure what they possibly could have been discussing when they hesitated, just because they knew Automatic was at the B bomb site. So, I mean, even if you just hit tab, you're just like, okay, we have a 3-on-1 no matter which bomb site we choose. A very, very strange round. This time it's Kiyoshima who takes the brunt of the damage. He's down to 15, but still wants to be aggressive enough to clear out logs. Somehow still alive and somehow winning a fight. Did he do damage and then an Angel jumped right into his Molotov?
I think Angel may have been there the whole time, but maybe a HE or something landed by him. He was definitely weakened. I hope he didn't burn from 100 to 0. We didn't quite catch it in time. But considering that Kiyoshima was knocked down to like 15 right off the bat, the fact they've got 2 kills, Voxic on 12, and none from Cloud9's died is unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know how Kyo survived that battle. Normally some bullets exchange blindly in the smoke, and you think one of them... Zelsis is being the aggressor now. Another Molotov being placed. No reason to use that smoke. You have a 5-on-3. Kyo's low. They're going to boost him up. Or you can get one maybe sneaky kill and stay alive. Hellraisers as well, spread all across the map. So no matter what happens, they can't really take advantage of anything that they might see. It's going to fall on Woxic. Actually, excuse me, Woxic has no health to get into a battle.
They got chunked hard in that battle for Banana that Hellraisers were completely beat on.
And again, slow playing it. Kyo's now rotating as Zelsis pushes down Banana.
This should be pretty much a formality. Deadfox has been tagged on the approach, but does actually come out with a kill. Flusher spray, he's going to drop the bomb. There's a Molotov on top of it. And although Deadfox has retrieved the bomb, all he can really hope for here is a plant. He's actually going to come out and take the fight to the CTs as Flusher puts his body on the line and Cloud9 pick up another.
I love Flusher so much. He was going for a knife. He was hoping that Deadfox was just going to start planting and he'd have a couple seconds to get in close and give him a shank. Not to be, but still the kill. It's Automatic and Kiyoshima with 13 kills. Flush is at the top of the scoreboard for Cloud9 with 14. Issa has 10. Leading the way for Hellraisers, 8-5. There's been a lot of miscues for this Hellraisers T side, so I think for them, you almost have to be so happy that they got the pistol and they were able to get up a scoreline before Cloud9 could really get any kind of money behind them. The turnaround in the second round was massive.
Yeah, getting 4 rounds in a row after the pistol, really breaking Cloud9 down instantly. But it makes you think as well, if they don't win those 4 in a row and don't wreck the economy, I mean, this could be a horror story of a half. Because since Cloud9 got their economy sorted, it's been just one way.
Yeah.
Hellraisers haven't looked in it. In this round, it's going to be a half fight. Some Desert Eagles and P250, just the one flash if they want to try and terrorize their way out of mid. Zelsa is going to try and push down to Banana, just get a bit of information for the rest of his team. They're playing this one passively. Automatic going to be called into action in just a few moments. Throws out the Molotov, knows one player is to the right-hand side. Going to give the call that Archie's is now being pushed on. And yeah, this round should be getting tied up. It's hard to see how Hellraisers can possibly do anything from this position.
Hellraisers seems to be, you know, trying to play as a team, and they usually are at the beginning of these rounds, but as soon as some action happens, they get very spread. Everyone kind of branches off. That round, obviously, Automatic is helpful in that, and the Molotov kind of cutting off 2 players from being able to do anything. 9-5. It's been 8 of the last 9 rounds going to C9's defense.
Yeah, that pretty much paints the picture of how one-sided this half has ended up being. I mean, but if Hellraisers if they could claw back this round and pick up a 6th on their T side, you say all things considered, that's not a bad result.
No, not at all. A 6 would be magnificent, especially the way that this has looked so far. Let's see if they can pull it off. It's a solid buy for this last round of the first half. Actually, a really good buy in the last round of this half. For both teams. Double up setup coming out, I believe, for the first time. Kiyoshima is going to have that. He's playing over towards that B bomb site.
The other worrying sign for Hellraisers has been that Voxic has slowed right down. We were discussing this before. He was 7-4-3 at 170 ADR.
That was at round 7.
Yeah, so he hasn't added too much in the last 8 rounds. And early on, though, Automatic has been chipped away to 39. That's a
knife from a teammate, actually. He wasn't even anywhere near any possibility of eating a nade, eating a tag in any capacity. So, miscue, unforced error for Cloud9.
That could come back to haunt them with 2 Galils, or 1 Galil, pardon me, in play.
Especially considering how aggressive Automatic has played with that AWP.
Kirishima with the other AWP. Gonna be momentarily seeing a couple of terrorist pushes. Location, or perhaps not. Molotov into flashbang. They start the retreat. Zelsis needs to be very timid in this position. If he peeks too early, he's going to go down without much of a fight. The switch weapon could not have been at a worse moment. The freest of kills for Angel. And how important could that be?
Yeah, he's delivered in a lot of big moments, but you're seeing there, elimination match of the major is a whole new level of pressure. It's no longer just a random group stage BO1. Here's the hit. Kyo can't track him, but Automatic can. Now it's all down to Flush. Inside the site, Automatic's gonna get aggressive. He's been so convincing with his plays. Automatic willing to get involved, but he's surely never gonna expect Dead Fox. And this is where the HP on Automatic, remember, he hasn't taken damage from an opponent, it's all been a teammate. Automatic's going to be a free kill, but it'll also give things up. Rush will know exactly what's going to happen, actually. The trigger discipline. This is amazing. He's got to be careful, Rush. Not aware. Great round from Dead Fox. A little bit of trickery at the end. And there's the 6 that Hellraisers wanted. It was a dire half from them, but that's enough to make it work. We're going to go to the halftime break. When we come back, Cloud9 will be on the offense. Stay tuned. Welcome back to IEM Katowice. Cloud9 taking on Hellraisers, and miscues from both teams marred that first half and leads us to a 9-6 lead for Cloud9, but they switch over to the harder side of Inferno. We'll see if they can overcome the odds. They've got to win, 7 in regulation. I can do math. If they want to drop Hellraisers in this first map of the series. Loser of this series is eliminated from the major.
That's what's on the line for both teams. If they win this, they'll have to play another best of 3 tomorrow. Angel,
I don't think he knows.
pushing down. This is so aggressive. This is so risky. Gets away with it just about, and he re-peaks. All right.
Cheeky.
I mean, fair play to his confidence, but the rest of his team wouldn't be happy if he took a bullet to the head there.
No, not at all. He's actually very fortunate Kyo didn't peek a little bit earlier. Kyo didn't quite catch onto the noise cue in time. Back to the A bomb side we go. Automatic and Flusha with utility. There's one smoke. There's the second. A flashbang going to come out. Walks it going to have a tough job to do. They're going to molly him out of that position. He's going to be out in the open for the flashbang. He's staring into the wall. Smart play. I don't know how he got that one, but it's all he could get. Bomb site still being held on. Kyo's going to eliminate that defender. Still Dead Fox to work with, and no one is on the rotation because Flusha has cut it off, and he's going to come right through the smoke. You know he's not holding back.
And meanwhile, now Angel has to walk over the corpses of his teammates. He's attempting to lead in order to clutch this round. He saw his aggression early on, but he's going to get peeked from multiple angles. Flashbang in his eyes, and Cloud9 will take the second pistol. And keep in mind, this is Hellraiser's choice of map, and Cache is not a good map for them. This already is looking a little bit nervy.
Oh yeah, this could be tough. Now this is both pistols going in the favor of Cloud9 in the first half. Hellraisers won that second round. I don't know if they'll be able to do it here. They are investing, which can be tough to work with if you don't win this round as Hellraisers. That economy becomes even more precarious moving forward.
Sure, and that's going to be in the back of their mind, and considering that they have so much resting on Voxic, they lose this, it's going to be quite some time before he gets an AWP in his hands. I don't think he had any AWPs on the T side, not that I can remember at least. Combi was constantly in pretty rough shape. Damage being inflicted to automatic through the smoke. But he'll be okay to walk it off for the time being. It's a 3-player stack, pretty centralized on Quad and Pit.
They still have 4 smokes, Vince, so it'll be interesting. They could actually stall this out. Angel is alone at the B bomb site now. 4 players towards A as Cloud9 applies a little bit of pressure. You can see the counter flashes coming out from the defense just to clear things, just to have some information. That forces a smoke out. Cloud9's going to be happy with that one. Another smoke forced out over towards B, which is going to force that second player back, but a big kill. Zelsis gets aggressive, and because of that smoke in mid, no one's there to trade.
Angel is being hammered through the smoke. He's so lucky to survive. He actually moves in, counting those bullets, making sure the magazine was being replenished. And now Flusha given the green light. He's going to push straight in. Gets a flashbang in his face. Excellent flash usage by Hellraisers. May just delay the inevitable though, as Molotovs is starting to rain down. Here's Hobbit with his 5-7. There is one more player in amongst the smoke that's going to be straight out. That's Voxic, but he whips his spray with the CZ. It's not going to be able to stop the bomb from being planted, and at this stage, with AKs and a crossfire in play, Hellraisers are going to really struggle to retake. The only saving grace is 2 players are quite low on health. But even that may not come into the mix because Dead Fox is all alone.
That chicken is doing some weird... is that 2 chickens?
I think, yeah, 2 chasing each other's tails. Why not?
First thing that comes to your head when you see those 2 chickens spinning in a circle like that, what do you think they're doing?
I don't think it's something I can say on stream.
All right. See where you're going? 11-6.
20 kills, 9 deaths for Flusha.
Yeah, and he was a big part of the reason why Cloud9 won that. The worst thing that could have happened for Cloud9, I looked, it was a real possibility, was them. Jesus, they brought us back. That's like a Siamese twin chicken, a Hydra chicken. It looked like Cloud9 was going to get stalled out on that B hit, but Flusha has just been I mean, as we kind of have learned about Flusha throughout his career, he gives no cares whatsoever. And he was the one who led the way in with the MAC-10 to really open things up. Flusha, again, going to lead the way with the Glock. Not even investing in a weapon. He's like, I'll be the scout if need be, if we ever get into that scenario. And it's just Woxic left on alt mid.
P250, 5 players defined. You get one of them in the back, but no, Rush is going to check that. Just being super malicious and... or meticulous, I should say. I guess malicious too. I mean,
malicious works, yeah.
Pretty malicious.
5 kills on the SMGs that round for Cloud9, so the extra money you get, the bonus money from those SMGs, is going to make them very happy and very rich. There's Rush clearing things out, and obviously a bit of luck through the smoke. 12-6 now, and those SMGs are not upgraded. Flusha's going to have the 1 MAC-10. Rush wanted to upgrade, and Flusha says he'll take it. Again, might be a situation where he leads the way into an attack. It doesn't look like it's going to be too heavy a banana pressure for the offense. Woxic does have his AWP now, and that has to get started with this boost. Flusha going to head up. He's just going to head towards Rapside. Through the smoke. Of course he is, and of course he's going to get a kill that looks so easy.
This is Flusha in some scary form right now, Moses. He's not missing much.
Also, no head armor on 4 of these Hellraisers players, so that, or excuse me, 3 of them. One of them is eliminated by the MAC-10, so it's going to be extra effective if he's able to hit that. Woxic wants to get aggressive, wants to find the equalizing kill, and he kind of has to overextend. He does have Angel working with him on Rapside. But Angel's got to be mindful of his rotations because he wants to make sure Hobbit feels secure at the B-bomb site.
But in doing so, now A is even more vulnerable. It's even more sketchy for Hellraisers. Here comes Voxic's going to get 1. Oh no, gets a second Flusha! The MAC-10 betrays him and Vox is going to chip in for a 3rd. Oh dearie me, if that's an AK, Voxic is 100% dead, but now Automatic can maybe retrieve and salvage this round. Voxic's the next to fall. This may not be over just yet. He's still enough time, does loads of damage to Hobbit, but runs out of ammunition, runs out of health. So close for Hellraisers, but they get it done.
I need to see that shot from Woxic. Even he doesn't even realize what he's done fully. Shaking his head, a little bit of an exhale. That was beautiful. That's nasty.
Oh my god.
What can you do about that one? 4 health and even gets the follow-up. He knows there's no chance of him falling back. That is the exact play that Flusha wanted. And he's hyped up.
Those are the kind of plays that can inspire a team too. If he's feeling it and they know he's a player that can just take over and carry this game, that could be the confidence builder that Hellraisers were looking for.
3 kills for Cloud9 though really kind of tempers that window because Hellraisers 5 rounds down still have to be careful about the amount of money that they're able to bring in moving forward. It's only Angel and Woxic are right around 1,000. Everyone else is destitute. Rush and Zelsis have taken over A halls. They've gained that portion of the map, so they can apply pressure towards A. They can make some kind of a presence because 3 players have rotated towards the B bomb site, and Hobbit holding an off angle with the AUG. That's an easy one.
I'll definitely do something to calm their economic situation if they can continue this forward. Zelsis flashes himself. A little bit awkward. May have actually had the kill on this up.
He's had a tough game so far, Vince. Not gonna lie.
Yes.
Performed admirably throughout this event, especially for a rookie. Today seems like maybe a little bit of nerves, a little bit of the jitters.
Rush had the right idea, but doesn't want to give his position away on arches. A lot of the round can feed off how he does, but it's damage. He's getting tagged down to 2 and finished off by the MP9. Dead Fox having a pretty good game so far, but Voxic has been found by Zelsis. This is now starting to gather momentum for Cloud9, but it's going to have to get a lot quicker. 18 seconds remain. Issa smokes himself out. The smoke is still just in his eyes. He can't see.
They're going back to B, Vince. Angel's going to start pushing down. He's got his knife out if they get this kill. Oh, who's got that out first? The jump. Keel, I don't think there's time.
No time.
I don't think there's any time whatsoever. Flusha, not able to get that. He almost opened up the round. Cloud9 had to move forward. I believe they started that retreat with about 18 or 19 seconds left. Even if Angel wasn't there, I'm not sure they would have been able to get that bomb planted in time.
They would have been cutting it so close. I mean, that did probably stall another 2-3 seconds maybe, but That is that's a bit of an interesting decision when you already have bodies on the A side of the map.
I think part of it is, even if you don't agree with the decision, with the time left in that round, as soon as someone makes that call, you have to commit to it as everyone, or it's definitely not going to work, right? Like, you know, even if you think in your head, there's definitely no time for us to get there, if someone's already started to back away from the A bomb site, there's really almost no point of you going forward, especially knowing that there's a player inside of the pit who can just be such a nuisance. They still do pretty good amount of damage with Flush's position. Again, only 2 players surviving for Hellraisers, so they have to drop weapons over. They did manage, I believe, to salvage that AWP, which they don't have to spend some cash on, but still going to be so low in terms of their money. I don't know, I think DeadFox might have to get an SMG unless something's on the ground that we haven't seen yet. He goes for the FAMAS.
Exquisite shot by Zelsys there, you saw on the replay. Able to perforate the head of Voxic, who was in library from quad. Only saw a pixel, but managed to make it count. But here we go, Hellraisers. Can you continue your winning ways? Cloud9 still very much breathing down their necks. Such a lack of grenades as well. I mean, they've got 4 smokes, but only 2 flashes, a Molotov.
And DeadFox is rotating over towards B very early on. I'm wondering if they want to do some kind of an aggressive play, but they're going to be out of position. Isa's in pit, walks it coming around now, and this is a timing hit, Vince.
Ooh, Voxic did land the shot, but it's only a leg shot. Issa has to move out of pit. There was a Molotov down. Now Voxic, how much can he hold on for? Nothing at all. DeadFox going to get caught with a AWP in his hand, somehow survives.
That's an ugly spray, and Hellraisers are going to be so happy that Kiyoshima really missed that opportunity, because they need everything they can get. As I mentioned a couple times, there's no money on this Hellraiser side, so that AWP is critical to keep in their hands. The fact that he's able to get away with it is huge. Can pass that over towards Woxic. He's been so impactful with it. I don't even think Cloud9 wants to hunt either. They don't have any kind of money behind this either. And the fact that the save call came out so quick from Hellraisers, they know they'll be fortified over towards the B bomb site, so no reason to go chasing. But Cloud9 still going to be happy. 13-8, they inch closer to victory in this opening map. This opening map that is Hellraisers' selection.
Yeah, and again, cash really is a weakness for Hellraisers. There is the play where Issa felt compelled that he had to push out of pit and try and take the fight to Cloud9. Gets him and Voxic picked off. 5-round lead opens up for Cloud9 now. So sure, Hellraisers will be able to rummage together a buy if they so choose behind these 3 save guns. I think that's why they're calling the timeout. They just want to make absolute sure that first off, this is something they want to do, and secondly, how are they going to factor out who gets which weapons?
Oh, that's the big thing. It's about coming up with a strategy because you have such diminished weapons to fight with. I mean, it's still a pretty solid buy, as you're going to see. The AWP on Woxic, which is great, 2 AUGs. Issa's down to a Deagle, but utility, and DeadFox has an SMG, but I mean, this is a very serviceable. You can win rounds with this, certainly. They're just making sure everyone knows how they're going to rotate, when they're dropping the smokes, where they're going to place them. And obviously the call out of CT spawn is going to be, you imagine they're going to fight for control of Banana with 3 players heading this way. Angel far back in support. No one from Cloud9 there to battle with though, so those Molotovs just kind of go to waste.
Voxic though, going to be having the first pick on Zelsys. There's some of the aggression that we haven't seen too much from Hellraisers as of yet. That's going to keep Cloud9 on their tiptoes going forward. But it is just the 1 pick, and again, Hellraisers don't have a huge amount to play with. Plus, with the position of where Zelsys died, they can't retrieve the weapon. But here comes the avenging play, trying to make the most of Zelsys' death. Cloud9 have been somewhat stalled, though. The early flashbangs go out. They don't have really much left. Smoke, Molotov, and flashbang. They haven't made moves onto the A site just yet.
Yeah, the counter nades from Hellraisers were done really well. Automatic gonna start trying to open up plan B, which is towards that B bomb site. But he has to use a smoke at car. That's at least forced Hobbit to rotate back. Flusha might turn into a lurk at brackets. Woxic with the AWP to contend with on Rap side, but I think he's gonna let the B players take the attention. Force Woxic into a rotation early on. before he goes for any kind of peek. Actually, the timing is perfect. He comes around that corner. Oh my lord. He's somehow done it. I don't think it's going to pull anyone away, and he risks it. He runs the gauntlet, and now the B-bomb site is open. Hobbit's down on the ground, and Angel has to do everything. He's so low, and he can't do it. Bomb should get planted. Plenty of time. Kio's going to be stuck, but this is a tough retake. There should be a kid at that B-bomb site somewhere if Hellraisers can pick it up.
Yeah, it's back at New Box. It's where Angel's corpse is, and Voxic knows that one player is to the left-hand side of the site, so that's one vital piece of information, one piece of the puzzle. Now they can focus their attention in Connector. There goes this with one. Automatic, only on 20 HP. If he takes the deagle round anywhere, he's a dead man, but he's going to move out. Kiyoshima with a triple spray from the left side of the site from the CT's perspective. That is nutty. Cloud9 pick up the round somehow.
Keo is just delivering across this major. He's been so good since he came into this roster. And yeah, this is just fortunate. Obviously the lineup there, but the ability, I mean, the knowledge to just keep spraying. And that final player walks into the bullet. 14-8, that is really tough for Hellraisers. Opening pick, they lose a 4-on-5. But again, you have to say, I don't even know if he got a kill in that round, but Flusha getting to CT spawn in such a fashion and just pulling Hobbit's attention away, the fact that Hobbit even had to worry about CT spawn just made it so tough for him to be effective when he turned back towards B. This flashbang better be godlike.
Oh, that nade. Oh, yes, it's Fox and Hobbit all there, but the flashbang is able to get one kill. Maybe no more. They know two players over on the right side of the Molotov ball. They're going to burn alive. Flames or bullets, what do you pick? They both go for the AK-47 rounds. Angel could get his hands on the AK. I think he just caught a glimpse of Kiyoshima, but no Kevlar means aim punch. And Cloud9 now have 7 map points.
I don't know how you overcome this performance from this trio from Cloud9. Kiyoshima 23-8, Automatic 25-12, Flusha is 26-13, and a lot of Flusha's work has been with a MAC-10. He has just been so good. Cloud9 with a massive lead and 7 chances to close out map 1 in this series.
And so much respect as well for Flusha. He's been through a horrible few days.
15-8, big lead for Cloud9. Hellraisers have to respond right here. And that's not a good start. Dead Fox goes down to Flusha, now 27 kills, and still jumping up as if he just doesn't care if he lives or dies, and his teammates are going to get all the trades. Beautiful work, and this should be a round for Cloud9. No resistance mounted by Hellraisers in this round.
Should be the round and the map, moving the way to the 3 NA players, Swede and Frenchman. A mixed match coming together to deliver on Inferno. Angel and Hobbit gonna try and mount some kind of a retake with only a smoke and a Molotov, no kits. Kiyoshima's gonna find Angel on mid, but will get second bested with that trade. Being said, still some information get gathered across. There was a chance, there was a bit of a hope for a moment, but Cloud9 snuff it out, and they will take map number 1. Hellraiser's choice, 16-8.
Yeah, dominant performance from Cloud9, starting with that defense. Even though it was rocky at the start, they secured it in the gun rounds, and they were the better team on Inferno. Hellraisers staring elimination in the face. Angel wants to make his mark in Counter-Strike history, and he's got an uphill battle to do so.